for my sake. The fact that he knew I'd fall time and time again leads me to fall on my face. All right. Good morning again, everyone. We're about to start. Let's have a word of prayer. Our kindly Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to come together, Lord, for giving us this platform, Lord, as we share our talents, Lord, that you have in store for us, Lord. As we come here, let us learn the different tools and activities as we can use in this ministry, Lord. And as we leave, Lord, we we get to learn even something better to better our clubs, Lord, and to grow spiritually, Lord, and physically, Lord. Guys, protect us throughout this day, and then shall pray, amen.
Amen. We'll now have our Pathfinder pledge and law. The Pathfinder pledge present arms. By the grace of God, I will be pure, kind, and true. I will keep the Pathfinder law. I will be a servant of God and a friend to man. Order, arms. The Pathfinder law is for me to keep the morning watch, do my honest part, care for my body, keep a level eye, be courteous and obedient, walk softly in the sanctuary, keep a song in my heart, go on God's errands.
Thank you very much, Coordinator. Welcome, everyone. Happy Sunday, happy Easter. Thank you all for taking the time to join us today in our virtual drill clinic. I would like to definitely bring greetings from my team, Drilling and Marching Department. Myself, I'm Erwin Lawrence. I'm the Northeastern Conference Drill Coordinator. We have Coordinator Casimir, my associate on here. We have Anisha Lovemore, who's one of our drill area coordinators. And we have several other individuals on. So from right now, we'd like to bring greetings. And we'd ask our youth directors and the individuals from the directorate to please bring greetings. I'm not sure who else I see, but I do see Pastor Olivia. And right after that, I do ask for the Pathfinder executives if you can bring greetings, Coordinator Watson and Coordinator Baptiste, if you're on. So good morning and welcome.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this wonderful drill clinic on behalf of the Youth Ministry Department and on behalf of my associates, Pastor Javier Alcon and Pastor Dudley Francois. We welcome you here today, and I'm excited. Thank you to the drill coordinator and assistant, my special assistant Lawrence, and coordinator Casimir, and of course, coordinator Ozzy. Always a pleasure. And our executive coordinators, Watson and Jean-Baptiste. And this is a wonderful opportunity for us to sharpen our skills even virtually. I love the fact that we are becoming creative. We're not stopping no matter what. I think the enemy knows he just woke up a sleeping giant. So now we can continue to do more on a grander scale and include more individuals. So to each one of you, I'm excited to be part of this drill clinic, as I want to sharpen my skills and just learn even more. So it's not just me in my house calling out my own commands. Now I'm going to get to hear how it's professionally done. So I'm excited, and thank you all, Pathfinders, for being present today. God bless you.
Thank you, Director. Director Watson or Baptiste?
Good morning, happy Easter to everyone. On behalf of the entire Pathfinder executive team, I want to thank all the directors, all the staff, and everybody who took time on their busy schedules to be with us today. Special thanks to Coordinator Lawrence and Casimir and the rest of the team for putting this in the pandemic has taken hours. Our schools have gotten rusty. But for the past 2 years, for in-person drill clinics. I want to wish everyone a wonderful day. I too am looking forward to my.
Thank you, Coordinator Watson. Coordinator Watson is traveling, so we do apologize for going in and out. We appreciate your dedication and always being willing and being part of the ministry and continue to push the drill ministry forward. I don't know if Coordinator Baptiste is on. If not, we will go into our introduction of our special guest who's here today to assist us and guide us through the process and be part of the team. So I'll go to Coordinator Casimir now.
Great pleasure to introduce us, Coordinator Samuel Garcia from the Southern New England Conference. This man is so remarkable on his talents. We work with him throughout so many occasions, Oshkosh, and he's very skillful in terms of not only in basics drill, but during the pandemic of how he took the drill aspects to teach people how to work with our clubs, ceremonies, how to still be able to do the basics fundamental of drill and marching. So I really admired that about him. So I just want to applaud him and his conference or what he's doing. And thank you for being here. Without further ado, Coordinator Samuel Garcia.
Just before we go to Coordinator Sam, we do apologize. We just wanted to say, as we've worked with Coordinator Sam as part of Atlantic Union, and we wanted to say, as one of the things that we've been trying to be intentional about is to try to collaborate and work together. Because when we now go out as union, or we go out even to Oshkosh and those places, a lot of times we find a disconnect. And I just wanted to say it publicly that Director Sam has been one of those individuals that have worked with us on the highest level. And even some things that he didn't know, we worked together, and we definitely worked together to ensure that Atlantic Union moved together as one when we had our last Oshkosh. And I do appreciate the attention to details that he took when we had to do flag raising, and we had to ensure that the conferences as a whole work together. So I do want to applaud him and the work that he's doing. And he did help us out when we had our virtual camporee with the union, and some of the details and some of the things that he's done. I think it'll be a great help to us. So Coordinator Sam, we thank you. We thank you. Just want to, for myself and my team, we just want to let everyone know the work that you're doing. Sometimes it's not known, or you don't get the credit for it, but we just want to let you know today that we appreciate you, and we ask that, as you work with us and you give us some tips, that, we'll take it away and to make ourselves better. So thank you and welcome. For the outline today, Coordinator Sam will start with the overall piece, and then we'll go into our breakout rooms. We'll learn about a little more about basic drilling and marching. We'll learn about advanced drilling and marching, and we'll cover color guard components for today. So thank you, and Coordinator Sam Garcia.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the introduction. I appreciate it. I love these guys. They're really good. I remember I first met them in Oshkosh when I was taking them over for Southern New England, and everything was cool. I was thinking how I'm going to introduce myself, but when I met them, I was just like, oh, I'm already part of the team. Okay, cool. That's awesome. I didn't have to do any type of drill or inspection or anything like that. No uniform inspection. I was like, oh, okay, I'm good. I'm good. So it was really a pleasure to work with these guys, honestly. And I had so much fun, and I'm looking forward to keep working with everyone, not just this team, but like with everyone in Atlantic Union. Once I saw everyone coming together, especially at Oshkosh, where we have Atlantic Union camporees around, it's just a pleasure to see everyone participating, working together. And that's the whole thing about drilling and marching. Drilling and marching is more of of something that you use to be in unit. You be together. There's there's 5 things that are about basic drilling and marching. One is order. It helps you to maintain as an organized unit. We have another component called morale. Morale is training the discipline of drilling and marching, and still keeps the group as a unit together. You have enjoyment. Drilling and marching can be fun. It's always having fun. You get to learn different things. You get to learn something that you can show your friends outside of Pathfinders as well. My daughter actually just gave me a story that she goes to school. She's at a public charter school here in the area, and she one time the teacher for some reason said the word attention, and she stood up in the classroom. She was the only one that stood up, and she stood at attention, and the teacher was like, what are you doing? And she goes, you called attention. And she had a little reminder of Irwin calling attention at Atlantic Union, and she stood up, you know, and then she started showing the moves, and the class was like impressed. So I was like, wow, she knows, basic military steps and commands, and the whole classroom was in a joy. So that's what it comes out with enjoyment of drilling and marching. You have fellowship with it as well. You help one another to take the orders and follow them. This also brings out leadership, not only in Pathfinders, but in your life. You can use these types of skills to promote leadership, because for one, you become disciplined, you become focused on what you want to do and what you're trying to accomplish. So you take this out in the world when you start doing your jobs as you get older, or you're doing your current jobs. If you're, if you're already at that age when you have a job, you take all these skills with you. That's what, drilling and marching helps with. Also helps you with self-control. You pay attention to the leaders. You sometimes will have this feeling of, oh, this person doesn't know what he's talking about. But at the end, you realize how it all comes together. That's the self-control that drilling and marching also teach you. It also teaches you respect, not only for the leader, but for one another. You have to respect your fellow Pathfinder. You have to respect your fellow TOT, your fellow captains, all your leaders. Even to the one that's younger than you have to show respect, because you never know what they know. Everyone has something to teach, and that's the beauty about drilling and marching as well. And the last of all is obedience. You learn how to follow rules and directions, regulations. In life, sad to say, but everything has rules in life. When you grow older, you still have rules to follow. Even in your own household, you become the head of your household, whether it be female or male. You have these rules that you have to follow in your own homes. And drilling and marching helps you obey and follow those rules. So I'm going to be here just teaching a little bit more of the basics, going over the commands, how you should be saying the commands, and what order commands should be followed, and things like that. I'm just going to share my screen a little bit. And this is going to be more for those who are taking a leadership role in instructing for drilling and marching. And I'm going to mix it up with those who are learning drilling and marching as well. I'm not going to be in present view, so I'm just going to just use the regular PowerPoint slides as you see. I'm not going to go in the presenter, but you all should be able to see this. So calling the commands and drilling and marching, right? This is for anyone who's taking this as upon themselves, whether it be a captain, TOT, even a director. This is really all good information about how the basics used for drilling and marching. Now, drilling and marching, like I said before, teaches a club discipline and teamwork. We want our Pathfinders to be together as one, working as a team. Just like if you don't work as a team, you don't look presentable, you look sloppy. We don't want to be looking sloppy. We want to be looking as one together. Pathfinders are taught for this reason. We want them to be team members for each other. We have these, sometimes you might have a Pathfinder who doesn't like to work together with others, but drilling and marching actually teaches this kind of skill set. Everyone needs to learn to lead drilling and marching. It doesn't matter who you are. I believe that when it comes to drilling and marching, everyone needs to know. Either if they're not a TOT, if they're not a captain, if someone knows they're drilling, if someone there, they just need to learn how to lead. Because you don't know, for those who are trying to go into Drill instructor should be always at attention, facing the unit. So when you call out a fall in, the instructor is already at attention, facing forward to the unit where they're expected to fall in. Okay, a unit always falls in right in front of the instructor, about 6 feet away, and in the middle of the instructor. If you have, like, say, 4 lines, you'll have 2 on the right side, 2 on the left side, and the instructor in the middle. Okay, or if you have just 2 lines, you know, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. When marching, the drill instructor should be in step and formation and call the in cadence, basically meaning, as an instructor, do the same motions as you expect the Pathfinders to do, because you're there to teach. Even if you have the most advanced Pathfinders ever, and they know everything, keep doing the motions, because you yourself are teaching how to keep the cadence, how to keep the motions flowing. You know, these are all good tips to keep going. Drill instructors should be familiar with the commands that are followed from the drilling and marching manual. There's a little book that's sold in the, I believe it's in the Advent source. There's literally a Pathfinder little drill booklet. I had it with me, but I left it upstairs. I'm sorry. But there's a little booklet here, and you can also go online just searching for the marching and drilling. That book is very, very useful. It gives you to the point of how to turn. So for instance, left face, it literally tells you there that you turn to the left 90 degrees. You know, you're making like a right angle. You also, same thing with left face. About face, 180 degrees turns to the right, you know, things like that. Even when it comes to marching, half step, it's in the command. You take a half step moving forward. So be familiar with the marching and drilling manual. Don't just go off and think that you know it and you start giving commands, and then you might be teaching how to turn incorrectly. I had an instructor before, they said left turn instead of left face. Half of the Pathfinders turned to the left. Half of the Pathfinders literally said, as you were, ma'am or sir. You know, the Pathfinders have to know which way to move, and they have to realize when an instructor makes a mistake. And as an instructor, you should be able to own up from that mistake. It's okay to make mistakes. No one is perfect. We're all learning together. And like I said, as you were, sir or ma'am, is done when the mistake is given. When you do commands, you have to have a command voice. Okay, loudness and projection, not yelling. When you get to the yelling phase, Pathfinders will lose your respect. You know, you'll lose control of the unit. They cannot see you getting aroused and anger and yelling at each other. That's not the way to be teaching. Okay, you have to have a nice snap, and the snap is when you execute the command. You know, you call a command, but you have to say it with authority and projection and loudness. Okay, I have a little video here. There's a little bit of myself. I'm going to share the sound as well. Give me 1 second.
Atlantic Union Camporee, attention, present, arms. Order, arms.
So on that video, if you, I was hoping you're able to see it, but that gives you a basic how to be for calling the commands. Notice I didn't yell. I got loud, but I projected. And when you speak, you should be speaking from your lungs. Okay, you take a nice deep breath in and you shout it out. You know, and here's some exercises on how to do it. These exercises can actually give you a good stretch in your lungs and then in your chest muscles. You make some room in there so where you can breathe and breathe and breathe. Make sure you execute the commands well. And the most key important piece is to practice. Practice, practice, practice. And the other, patience, patience, patience. Because, like I said, everyone's there to learn. And even when you do a drill down, you're actually still teaching. Not only are you testing the Pathfinders, what do they know, but that's a perfect opportunity for you to know where you have to concentrate when you're doing marching and drilling. If for some reason the Pathfinders or whoever's having trouble doing about face, concentrate on that. Even when you do the little game that I'm pretty sure you guys do this game too, but I have a game for elimination. It's not a way to pick on the Pathfinder. It's for the instructor to know where you need to concentrate for each Pathfinder. You know, the game, basically the rules are, if you don't execute the command properly, you're out, you know, and then you keep going and going until everyone's out and you have one Pathfinder left and they're the winner. But you use that opportunity to know where are people having the most trouble. And that way you can also make a little drill team together from that game to see who is your strongest Pathfinders as well. You know, now I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I'm going to try to do this. But I want to try to use Erwin as an example. Okay. I want to hear someone call Pathfinders fall in, but I want to hear it in a way that you would project your voice. So I'm going to go first, and I'm going to ask my buddy here, Erwin, to go next. So I'm there as an instructor. I'm ready to call a formation. I stand up straight. I take a deep breath. Pathfinders fall in. And that's my command voice. Now, Erwin, I'd like to hear yours.
Pathfinders fall in.
That's a nice one, nice and sharp. I like it. Very, very good. I don't know if anyone wants to try to do a Pathfinders fall in really quick. Don't be shy.
You can definitely come off mute and participate. You can join us on camera and as an instructor, show us how you would call for your Pathfinders to fall in.
Pathfinders fall in.
Awesome. That's beautiful. I love it. That's great. If anyone else like to.
You got 118 individuals here. Let's see what we got. All right, we'll go. Let's see who else we got. Let's see who I could pick on calling.
The youth director.
Try to get me in trouble.
But anyways, no, I'm glad I get this opportunity. But remember, these are the basic things about how to do drilling and marching. Remember, you're not there to show off anyone. Okay, you're there to teach every single person. I've had Pathfinders that first were new, brand new, didn't know the basic of how to even turn to the left. They didn't know from the left and right. You have to be able to teach them that way. If they couldn't even get the steps properly, how to pivot, you know, when you do a left face, you have your left heel that goes up and you pivot with your right foot. And then you turn to the left 90 degrees. He couldn't do that. He would actually jump and turn to the left. And I would see that, but I didn't care. At least he knew which way to turn. So he was still with the unit, you know, but then I actually have him set him aside with another Pathfinder to teach him the steps. And he had for some reason he had troubles trying to get that step. But with practice, he became one of my best drill team members I ever had. And it took a year, but that's okay. You know, everyone has a different speed of learning, but he was one of my best drill members, which was really, really nice. So and this is what he found joy in it. You know, he found a way. He was an only child, so he didn't really have that interaction with brother and sister, but he found Pathfinders in the drilling and marching aspect, that everyone was doing something together, that he found the ability of working together. And that's the whole point about drilling and marching. And remember, to the commands, I'm just going to go over the commands really quick of what drilling, the basic of drilling and marching you have to know. Obviously, you have to know fall in. When you get in line, you're falling in at attention, looking straight ahead, eyes not even moving. You're looking straight, not even at the instructor, just straight forward, and you're waiting for the next command to be said. You have at ease. You have present arms, order arms, time march, parade rest, left face, right face, about face, salute. And those commands are mostly what are used for at least basic and drilling marching. Also half step, when you're in time march, you move forward. But those are the basic commands that everyone should know and are expected to know when it comes to either when we go to Oshkosh or even Atlantic Union Camporee or any camporees that you go to. Those are the most basic commands you should know and how to execute. And these commands are actually one of the ones that I always go over every single time. It may look like it's repetitive, but you don't know when you're going to get a new Pathfinder. You don't know when you need a refresher. Everyone always needs a refresher of basics. And that's one of the key things. As long as you know basics, you can easily pick up with the more advanced commands as they come along. But that's what I have here. I see some timing in the chat. I don't know if I still have more time, but I can go all day with the basics and drilling and marching.
No, thank you, Coordinator. We're gonna move to the breakout room shortly, but thank you for covering that component. We wanted to definitely cover the basic components for individuals to understand. Trying to get back to the basics. A lot of times we focus on camporees or we focus on the big event, so everyone is kind of just practicing for that event. But we want to ensure that we understand the basics, like what to do. The right face, the left face, and that's the foundational pieces of drilling and marching. We know people jump from sometimes drilling and marching component to drum corps, but within drum corps, you still have to do your right face, your left face, your about face. It may be in a different cadence, but it's the same precision that we're trying to get back to. I do want to talk reference something you spoke about in regards to calling commands, and sometimes when an individual makes a mistake, the common theme is, if I say right face and I meant left face, everyone will say, as you were, sir. And a lot of times it comes off a little rude because everyone now is able to highlight the mistake that the person made. And I think you made a good point. It's not about the mistake that the person, but it's using it as a training tool to help individuals to understand that in a big settings, we all make mistakes. Right. And that's not the time for any of us to kind of just showcase and laugh. But I think it's a time to follow the instructor. Your instructor can make a mistake. But if you know that the instructor made a mistake, wait for the next command. Sometimes you can also do that. And that gives you as an instructor a trigger to realize that I did call the wrong command, that not everyone went right or everyone went left. So I did wanted to pivot to talk about that. But we're also we're trying to open up the chat so that you guys can also ask any questions. Annie, I don't know if we were able to. Anisha?
Sorry, what did you just say?
Were we able to open up the chat if any individuals would like to ask any questions?
I'd just like to mention.
It's open. It's there.
Thank you.
I'd just like to mention, literally right when you call fall in, right when you start Pathfinder meeting and you call a fall in, you're already doing drilling and marching. Some directors don't even realize that's the case. Some right when you're there, you're already in drilling and marching mode, even if it's just for 5 minutes. That's the key. That's how to bring up the morale of the club right then and there. And you do your preliminaries, your pledge and law, your song, anything that you're doing, even devotional, all that comes into play with drilling and marching.
Definitely agreement. And we want to ensure and remind you guys to make that a standard part of your club meeting. Every time you come to club, you should fall in. You should now make sure that you have everyone there. If you're doing units, you line everyone up in units. Once everyone has fallen in, then go through your preliminaries. your pledge and your law. Do those things over and over so the kids know what to do. Don't wait until you come to a Pathfinder Day to do that, because individuals may or may not remember. This is a segue. We're going to go into the specific groups, but try to work with your clubs to identify individuals who can carry flags, right? The color guards. You don't have to be perfect. It's the same thing with drilling and marching. They will learn as they go, but try to identify individuals to lead your team. First, try to get an instructor. You can choose one or two, and you train those individuals. You try to get at least 3 color guards. You have 3 flags. You have your American flag, you have your Pathfinder flag, you have your state flag, and you can continue and you can add in more flags. You can have your Christian flag. You can have, TLT. You can have an abundance of flag, but try to at least have a core group of individuals who are performing those functions. And as Coordinator Garcia was saying, it's the basic things, the right face, the left face, the about face, that makes it the easiest part. And sometimes you just have to stand up at a bus stop, or you have to stand up somewhere and practice that and practice your posture in terms of how you're doing it. So at this time, we're opening the chat. If anyone has any questions for us before we move into our breakout rooms.
There's one question in the chat from Adrelli Jean Lefar. She said, is drilling supposed to be quick, like in a right or left face? Do you take your time or do it quickly?
Sure, great question, great question. I think we've seen that many times when we're dealing with competition. Everyone's trying to go as quickly as possible, because it looks great and, it's all about timing. But we do advise you to do not go quickly. Take your time. It's right face, left face, about face. It's not right face, left face, right face, left face, right face. No, it's not that. Even if you go that fast, many times when we're judging individuals in many conferences, when we go to Oshkosh, sometimes we see the Filipino groups and some of those groups doing it quickly, and the crowd is going crazy. But many times, if you look at the person's feet, if they're turning right or left, many times it's not necessarily, they're not all together. Remember, you're judged by execution, you're judged by uniformity, you're judged by degree of difficulty. So if you can't do a right face and a left face, you may win points for uniformity, but you may lose 4 points for execution. So you always have to think about where you can take your time. It's not a fast activity.
And I'd like to add in there, because that was a great question. A lot of people don't realize, and I found that when I was doing drilling and marching, it literally takes about 2 seconds to execute a command. Now, what I mean by that is, it's not 1, 2. No. It's literally 1, 2. That's literally 2 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. The word Mississippi literally is the length of time between 1 and 2. When you say left face, 1, 2, you literally, those are the 2, there's 2 steps in your left face, but that literally takes 2 seconds to do. Mm-hmm. Even the about face is 1, 2. I've seen Pathfinders do a twirl and fall because they want to try to do it quick. Teach your Pathfinders is not a quick motion. When we say snap, doesn't mean do it right away. When we say you snap the execution, you hear the command and you do it right away within the time limit that it gives you. And that's the cadence is always 1, 2. So when you do a left face, 1, 2, right face, 1, 2, that's a great tool to use when you're in formation. You call for the cadence, and everyone has to say 1, 2 after you call a command. The instructor says left face, and the Pathfinders in the unit will have to say 1, 2. And by the time you say 2, everyone's already facing to the left. Everyone already finished the steps, and you're facing the right direction. That's a little tip right there.
Oh, definitely. Thank you for that nugget. We do have in the chat someone asks, is color guards handling flags? Just on an overall basis, when we talk about color guards and handling flags, your color guard should be your primary individuals who carry your flags, handle your flags, take care of your flags. We don't want to go to events where the color guards say, oh, Coordinator Lawrence, can you hold this for me? And then they leave. And then later on, the director comes back and asks, where's my flag? So I didn't bring a flag for you. So you have to go back to your color guard who's in charge of carrying your flags. But for those individuals who are color guards, you're deemed as the person who's in charge of holding your flags. All right. So thank you. If there's no other questions, what do we do in basics? Basics is the basic commands. It's the learning of right face, left face, about face, to the rear march. Those basic commands: present arms, order arm. So basics is where you learn literally the basics. Like when you present arms, do you present arms like this? Is that the appropriate way? Do you present arms on the top of your head? Do you have, all of these things is basics. Your hands, how your hands are supposed to be positioned, how it's supposed to come to your face. So that's part of basic commands. So this time we're looking to move individuals into the different rooms. So we ask, if you haven't renamed yourself, please rename yourself. If you have not renamed yourself, we will drop you into a particular room of our choosing. Welcome back, everyone. As we bring everyone back, welcome back. Hope you guys had a good time hanging out with us in our different groups. Coordinator Casimir is showing us his lovely new powerful computer over there. Yes. So hopefully you guys had a good time in the different breakout rooms. I thank you for all participating, and hopefully instructors were able to give you guys some jewels and some gems. We're able to have 120 people on this Easter Sunday rocking with us. So we really appreciate you guys coming out and rocking with us. At this time, even though we're in separate rooms and we may have general questions, so it'll take 2 minutes just to open it up for any general questions in regards to drilling and marching that we can clarify. We spoke about some things in our specific rooms, so I just wanted to give the opportunity for anyone who may have a question to us as the conference in regards to drilling and marching, or anything, or any clarification that we can definitely help you with. What if you had on a hat and the glasses were...
So basically, if you have a hat and glasses like I do, I was showing that in the basic area. If you have a hat on and you have glasses, your hands should go where your hat is, not to your glasses and not to your eyebrow. Okay, this doesn't look good, right? Because if you have a hat, you might hit your hat and then get to your glasses, or you might hit your glasses to get to your eyebrow. It doesn't look good. Just go straight at the tip of your hat if you have a hat on.
Just want to emphasize on the particular hat. The reason why Cornelius Samuels is pursuing to his hat, because when you look at it, his hat is more outer than the glasses. So you're gonna, yeah, exactly, highest point. For us that wear berets a lot, so the glass is gonna be more out than the beret. So I just want to clarify that.
Yep. Definitely good point. And again, we have, across North American division, different conferences are allowed to tweak to a certain degree. We're allowed to do certain things to a certain degree. So that's why sometimes you will see a difference. Is there another session? Yes, we'll definitely try to hang out with you guys more. More session next time. We'll try to have some virtual food for you guys.
Everybody bring their own.
I said virtual. I didn't say we were paying for it. Virtual. But yes, no, I think that this is a good opportunity to interact. As we come out of more of COVID, we want to make sure that we kind of work through this. And this is, hopefully we're able to get you guys engaged and bring back the love for the basic drilling and marching component. And it's just not about one conference. We're trying to work together with Dr. Sam and other conferences. We're trying to just make sure that we can provide you with some food in the sense of drilling and marching to make sure that you're the best that you can be as you go back to your clubs. Our goal is to make sure that Northeastern shines, Atlantic Union shine, but we want to make sure that we give you what you need. As we said, how you present arms, how you stand, how you execute. I think that's all the foundation of what Northeastern Atlantic Union, what we do, the things that you do. And again, take it serious. As I spoke about in advanced drilling and marching, even if you have two individuals, double make sure you have 2. Now get 4, right? There's always 2 other kids who are following the 2 that you're there. Make sure there's 4. I'm always amazed when I see a club with 2 color guards and I see them have 30 or 40 kids. You know, go to their parents, tell them you're gonna buy them lunch. Everyone likes food, you know. I didn't eat breakfast as yet, so I'm hungry. So listen, there's ways. I mean, we've done it in drum, we've done it in drill. You know, we've gone to competition and after Anisha's the first one is like, where's the lunch? So I know. So to get her there, I'm gonna say,
Wow.
provide you with food. I can't lie on a Sunday.
Wow. You just gonna throw me under the bus like that, boss man?
No, I'm giving you food. I'm not throwing you under the bus. But
I'm not lying. I do like my food. If that's the first thing I'm gonna ask, where's the food? Bribe me, trick me into doing anything when it comes. And if you tell me you got food, you got me. I'll do anything.
So yeah, I just got a color guard there. I just got a drill instructor. So again, you just have to know your team, and that's my point, right? Knowing your team, coordinator Mackins, coordinator Osmond, we've all worked together, and many times we kind of understand what we need to do. Do female color guards wear the pants indoor and outdoors? So in terms of Northeastern, what we've done, the females, you normally wear your skirts when we're indoors, meaning like we're in church. The pants we've allowed when we go to competition, because sometimes when you're doing a routine, you know, if you lift your legs. So we've worked in terms of the females wearing your pants, and that's what we've in the past what we've in the past advised. So in church, we don't necessarily expect a color guard, a special teams person to be wearing pants unless they're doing something specific where the director feels that there may be some kind of elevation, but we try to be appropriate as best as we can. Hopefully that answers.
Lawrence.
Yes, sir.
I have one question. Is it possible that like this, like we're out there in the cold in the winter time, like the special team members, drum,
yes,
color, whichever one is, can the girls wear pants at that time when it's really cold outside? Because to be honest, we went to Veterans Day parade, my area, and it was pretty cold.
Yep.
And it was like sometimes you can wear the leggings and stuff like that. Was it possible you can always wear pants outside with the cold?
Totally understand. And I think, and Director Olivier is also here, but what we've done in the past and what we've advised in regards to from drilling and marching in terms of just not policing or anything, we just common sense, right? If you're going out, as I said, it's a performance, it's an outdoor performance. And based on that criteria, if the team has to perform at a Veterans Day parade, it's cold. We understand that the team would be wearing pants. What I'm talking about is if I go to your church on Saturday and I see the color guards, the drum corps coming in, and a person wearing pants, I'm gonna just like, wait, what's going on? But I'm saying from that perspective, if you're going out to an event, it's cold, those kind of things, those modifications in the past, we've been okay with those modifications. But I know what people do is they see a picture online and they say, oh, now we're able to wear pants now all of a sudden. And I think many of us have been here for years. We've fought for the ladies to be able to wear the pants when they go outside when it's cold, and that's where that component came from. And some areas have also pushed it. So we talked about, there's a question, Pathfinders need your hat. Yeah, it's not a hat, it's a beret. All Pathfinders need to wear your berets. When the color guards bring the flags, do they wear their full uniform? To that question, it depends on the event. If it's an official club event, if it's an official investiture, yes, you should be in full color guard uniform, meaning you wear your area colors or your conference colors, depending on the specific event. If it's a camporee and it's on a Friday night, then we would wear the conference special teams uniform, or the uniform, which is normally black bottoms and the red shirt, unless we deem that we're in full Class A uniform, and normally we'd advise that before the event. There's a question in chat, Director Olivier, I'll defer to you. It came privately. Is there a conference camp, and when do we, in general? Someone did ask. They just sent that to me privately, so I think we can talk about plans going forward.
This year, the Pathfinder executives requested from our office that they have instead of having the conference camp, to have a leadership retreat but at the same time, do a regional camp. And so far, what I've been communicated with by the executives is that the regional camps are being planned as we speak. So there won't be a conference camp, there will be a regional camp. So the short answer is yes, it's regional.
Yes. Also, there's another question in regards to materials for Master Guide uniform. There will be the youth directors and the team will be putting out some communication in regards to the update on uniforms, which will cover Master Guide, which will cover Pathfinder and Adventure. So that will be forthcoming. Also, no sash for color guards, correct. So normally correct. Color guards, you do not wear your sash, you wear your citation cords, you wear your ascots, you wear your beret, depending on the color of your area. Color guards do not wear sashes because you also carry a flag holder there. Hopefully I did not miss any questions overall. It's coming fast and furious. So, but as you know, we just wanted to thank you guys. I think this was a great session. And also someone asked, what does NEC special teams? So I'll cover this in general. NEC special teams is you wear your Pathfinder uniform, you wear your white ascot, and you wear your off-white beret. So white ascot, off-white beret, white citation cords for NEC. If you're in your area has a specific color that you wear. So I think BSI is like royal blue. So your beret would be royal blue, your blue ascot, and your white citation cord. Here's the thing to that. If you don't have your area colors, you can always default to your conference special teams color. So if I go to a club event or I go to an area event and I see that club in the white citation cord, the off-white beret, and the white ascot, I say, oh, you know, it's easier to order the white than to get the specific blue for the area. So you have done nothing wrong. So that's part of it there. Is there a TLT in the club? Is it necessary to get the TLT flag? It's advised, yes, that you highlight those part of the ministries. So for clubs, for a TLT flag, the only thing is, according to Mackins, I don't know if there's an official TLT flag, but I know we've been utilizing.
There's a TLT flag. Yeah, it's been put optional to get the TLT flag, but there is a TLT flag. The only thing I can say from my observation, unless somebody could correct me, I'm noticing that right now there's only an outdoor TLT flag. I haven't seen an indoor yet. But
that's what I was referencing. That's what I've seen. So that's what I was referencing in regards to.
Yeah,
so we
normally only sell the outdoor.
Yeah. So on a conference level, we normally cover this event. We'll have a TLT flag there to try to represent that ministry. What is the color guard uniform? That's what I was just referencing to. The color guards uniform is where the color guards wear the off-white beret, white ascot, and citation cord. All right. So thank you, everyone. I will, we've come to end. I know you guys had fun hanging out with us. We had fun hanging out with you guys. And thank you so much for being part of this. And I would ask, I'll give it to Pastor Olivia to give any closing thoughts in regards to this day. Thank you, Pastor, for staying with us and hanging out with us.
It was an absolute pleasure, and always enjoy hearing things from the ground. It helps guide us in the office. And I just want to demonstrate vulnerability. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready, coordinator. I think I'm ready. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Pathfinders, fall in.
Listen, let me tell you something. I snapped to attention too. Coordinator Lawrence, I feel like Pastor Olivia should call the commands for the next Master Guide in Restagen. Is all I'm saying, because she just commanded respect and she got it.
That was great. That was a good job.
I got allergies though that just show up at Master Guide in Restagen.
No, that was definitely.
I just want y'all to know I'm with you. All of us have to come out of our comfort zone. So if I don't model it, I can expect you guys as well. So we try. So thank you for being patient with me. Excited. So I'm up here at Camp Victory Lake. I know some of us are split with the mission project. We're just with the, Dr. McKenzie's up here. Also, the president of the union came as well. So I was with our team there. So that's why in one session, I'm in the Pathfinder shirt. I come back, I'm in the mission shirt, just playing double duty. So it is wonderful just to be part of such an awesome ministry in Northeastern Conference. So thank you everyone who came on, and thank you, special thanks to Coordinator Garcia who took the time to be patient with us. And I paid attention, hat out here, glasses here, hat and glasses, it's the hat. Otherwise it's above the eyebrow. I've been trying to pay attention. And thank you everyone, all 100 and some of you who are able to join us virtually. Thank you for Special Assistant Lawrence, Coordinator Casimir, Coordinator Ozzy, and Coordinator Watson is here with me, as well. And so this is a wonderful experience. Looking forward to the next one. And thank you. I don't know if I'm allowed to say thank you to Coordinator Lovemore, but I'm going to anyway, for her assistance. And if there's anyone I've omitted, charge it to the head, not the heart. But I am absolutely excited and thrilled for being part of this today. So whatever else that you desire or need for me to do in my assistance, I'm here to help. And by God's grace, we're going to represent God well in all things. And thank you for the spirit of collaboration between our conferences. We are one union, we are one people, by God's grace.
Thank you, Director. Again, Director Garcia, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you, and we continue to work together. Thank you for collaborative work as we work together. We will continue to work Northeastern to ensure that we make sure that we get enough instructors within your areas to assist you and to kind of follow up as we kind of move into the warmer months. So we'll be working together a little more. Thank you for your questions. Please put your emails in the chat. We'll try to get you out the drill manual and resources as best as we can to get you in terms of where to get information from. So we do ask that you can put your information in the chat, and then we'll be able to kind of coordinate back with you all. So again, thank you to our team and to the drum individuals who have been here to participate. It was funny, we saw some individuals that had sneer. So when we were trying to put them into the room, we were like, hey, you were here 2 weeks ago, you're back again. So, I think that it's a good thing. We've always talked that I think both groups need to work together, because when we come to event, we actually come out as one. And I think in Northeastern, we're trying our best to be collaborative. So thank you all again. So I'm just giving some time. Please put your information in the chat so that we can communicate with you. And, we'll definitely let you know about next and future events. And, Director Olivia, thank you for being with us. We know we have some projects today that we're all trying to participate in. So thank you for the support of the conference, from the conference level all the way down to our individuals and Pathfinders. And we'll encourage other ministries, adventurers, and Master Guide, and training the other ministries, wherever we can help and we can be a support. We do thank you guys, and we'll be there to assist. We'll assist you guys. So again, thank you. And I'll ask Dr. Olivia if you can just give us our closing prayer. I think we have majority of the individuals' information in the chat. So thank you again.
No problem. Let's bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this opportunity to be able to sharpen our skills. We thank you, Lord, for all who participated, and that you will allow us to govern ourselves accordingly, Lord, as we are in our different events, that will represent you well by showing the discipline, the practice, and also allowing ourselves to be human. We make mistakes, but we get back up again. It's all for your glory. In a special way, Lord, be with everyone that is represented in every family on this Zoom meeting. We look forward to the next session. Father, we do recognize and celebrate the fact that you sent your son to die, was buried, but rose again. So on this day, we ask that you continue to allow us to represent you in all things and to do it well. In Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Thank you, everyone. We'll keep it open a little as individuals put the chats in, but thank you. Have a great Easter, a great weekend. Blessings.